I'm just going to take a walk around the block. Good God. We've only been and got a Hummer on the channel. Look at the size of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2005 Hummer H2 today. 6 litre V8 pulling along just over 3 tonne. It is massive. Honestly, look how short I look compared to this. I'm 6'2" on a good day. Honestly, it's huge. I had to get this on the channel. I just love the look of it. Some people might get a bit embarrassed driving this round. It's a bit in your face. Obviously in the UK, they're using more for like proms and weddings and that sort of stuff. But when I was driving it here, even though it's a left-hand drive, I took it like duck to water, honestly. Let me bring you in a bit closer, just so you can try and see how big it is. And then we'll go for a little drive. This is going to be Marmite. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I personally love the look of this. The drive, however, well, we'll get to that later on. Let's start on the outside. So we're on 22-inch wheels here. Obviously, these are aftermarket. I don't understand why Hummer gave such great ground clearance and then lost 6 inches by putting this side step on. I know you need to get in and out of the vehicle. Oh, there's more to this than meets the eye. And they love putting Hummer H2 everywhere. Let's have a look. H2, Hummer, 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 H2, Hummer. They definitely like to let you know you're driving a Hummer. There's not a lot to look at on the outside really. It's quite square lines, this one. You've got the massive arches. So originally, the rears on all these were on air suspension, but the air suspension's been took off this one and put on coils. Loads of ground clearance on these. Now, being a big beast, you're going to get a massive boot, trunk, to put all your shopping in and whatever you want to. Oh, that's all you get. So, they actually put the spare wheel on this side, but obviously the spare wheel's missing out of this one. So that seat's always there. And I'm going to show you the other side in a minute. So when that seat's down and somebody can sit in the back, you're going to have a spare wheel there. And then when they sit here, they've got nowhere for your legs. So unless you've got no legs, you're not going to sit there very long, are you? Very simple in here. You don't get much in the way of luxuries, but it's not a luxury vehicle. It's designed to go off-road, take you anywhere you want. So they got your rev limiter, speedo, oil, battery, temperature and fuel. Fuel? Christ, I thought the fuel gauge was broke. Loads of space in here. There's your passenger OMG handle when they're holding on. Now this reminds me of an airplane thruster. Very, very simple in here, very simple. I'll show you the other side in a minute. The seats are very comfortable on these. I think they're called Lazy Boys. Look at that, so much padding. Plenty of room in the back for free. Loads of leg room back there. Got your own heaters. When it's switched on, you can change the temperature. Not a bad looking cab. To pop the bonnet, all you got to do is pull this strap like that. Same the other side. And you've got these two big grab handles here. I believe on the H1, these were actually bolted to like the chassis of the vehicle, and the helicopter could come along, grab it, pick it up and take it away. But on H2, they're not just for show, they're for lifting the bonnet. Give it a good pull to reveal the big 6 litre V8. So this beast has got 325 brake horsepower and 365 pound-foot of torque, which pulls it down the road. Obviously, it's not going to be the quickest of vehicles, but it's not designed to be quick. It's designed to get you anywhere, which I personally think this vehicle will. At least if you've got to change any light bulbs, they're easy to get to. Look, everything's just there. How easy is that? Pop the bulb out and put a new bulb in. Nice. No, it's not perfect. I don't care. I love the look of it. I love how little the windows are, squashed down. Just gives it a really good look. But enough waffle, let's go for a drive. Enough waffle, let's go for a drive. nippy. It does feel a bit weird sitting on the left hand side of the road of the car, but I get used to it. Just keep close to the curb, but not too close. Don't want to hit them rims, do we? Visibility in here is okay. I thought it'd be not so good because the windows are so short and stubby, but nah, that's okay. The brakes, considering it's 3 ton, brakes are really good. It's got a little bit of body roll, nothing major. You get used to that. You've got to expect a bit of body roll for something this size and so high off the ground. It's to be expected. That's alright. Kick down's good on here. As you put your foot down, it really does kick down. I'll stop in a minute and see how well it picks up. Let's stop here, there's no traffic. Let's see how well it picks up. $30. That's alright. It get you down the road. It would never be a fast vehicle. It wasn't designed to be a fast vehicle. Well, when it first came out, it was for the military. But obviously, demand was so high to give it to the general public. The engine's very noisy, like big 6 litre. That's all engine, not exhaust. Got to keep making sure you're on that side of the road. Oh, this feels fantastic to drive though. Feels like I should be in an Arnold Schwarzenegger film. Get to the chopper! You can see them 2 massive grab handles there on the front. Brakes, yeah, the brakes do work. Got to put your foot down quite hard on the brake, but it's stopping a 3 ton vehicle, so it would never stop as fast as a normal car. You could just sit in there and cruise all day, you could. Honestly. Well, if you could afford it or not, you might have to remortgage your house. Fuel economy. What fuel economy? We don't get that with this sort of truck. Is it a truck? I'm going to call it a truck. We don't get that with this sort of truck. I put 50 quid in it this morning. I got just under a quarter of a tank. I better get over a bit. We're bigger than we think we are. A bit narrow down these old country roads. No matter where you go in this car, people just look at it. It might not be the best car in the world to drive, but looks-wise, I love the look of a Hummer. Especially this one, it's all everything all blacked out, the bigger wheels on it, the lights on the front. Everyone just looks and stares at it. It's a little bit of rattle in here, but we don't care about that. This is going to get us where we want to go. Coffee shop. I mean, I would like to take this off-roading with my Discovery to see which one is best. What do you think would be best off-roading? The Hummer or Discovery? Let me know in the comments. I personally think, I don't know actually, because this has got great ground clearance, but with my Discovery you can raise it up. Don't know. We'll have to find out, won't we? This old girl just purrs down the road. That engine. Everything's a little bit plasticky in here, but oh well. There's worse places to sit, isn't there? You don't get no luxuries in here. Well, you say you don't get no luxuries. You've got heated seats, aircon. What more do you want? Got a sunroof. Can you hear that? Just fantastic. All the windows in here remind me of like being at the cinema. It goes all cinematic, where it squashes down and goes wide. Keep over, Kev. Keep over to the left. I think if you've never driven the left-hand drive car before, I think you'll soon get used to it. Obviously, if you go abroad, you probably drive lefties. I don't go abroad. But you'll get used to driving on the left. You'll keep close to the curb. When you're driving this, though, you just got to be aware how big it is. It will catch you out if you're not careful. I really do believe this vehicle would take you anywhere. Honestly, you've got so many grab handles, they're everywhere. Even the rear's got grab handles. Kickdown's good. Does purr along nice. And when you're looking out the window, you see them 2 little grab handles on the bonnet where you lift the bonnet up. they're nice to look at as well. Very simple switches in here. You got your lights on and off, your window wipers, and your heaters. Well, what more do you want, really? Don't forget, it's 2005. It's 20 years old. The Hummers do get a bit of a bad rep online for rusting and not being very practical. Miles per gallon. I don't know what people expect. You've got a 6-litre V8 sat underneath that bonnet hood. You've got a 6-litre V8. What do you think it's going to do? Sip petrol? You're going to put your foot down. The fuel's going to gush through that engine. I probably just thought it cost £4. But honestly, I love this Hummer. Would I buy a Hummer? I don't know. They're a lot of money. A lot of money. I know it's a lot of car, but it is an old car now. And it's not a sort of car you'd use every day. So I don't know if I'll buy one or not. Whereas for less money, you can get a nice Range Rover, Land Rover. So I don't know. Obviously, if money was no option, you can get a new one and just use it now and again. I quite like it in black. I saw like a bright yellow one. That looked quite nice in yellow. Better not overtake this cyclist because we need a bit of space on the road. Tell you what, I could sit in this all day long, just purr along. Couldn't afford to sit in it all day long, mind. Just purr along. I believe it's a 4-speed automatic. It holds the rev range for quite a long time before it drops a gear. If you keep your foot in a certain place, it will just stick on that rev range. You lift your foot off the accelerator and it drops a gear. Bit bouncy, but roads are a bit bouncy along this road anyway. I thought this back road would be quiet, but it's busy today. Never quiet when I want a quiet road. I need to get an airfield or something. But we'll go up to the mountains and do a bit off-roading. And the off-roading I'll be doing is going over that bloody curb. No mountains around here. You see, oh, what's happened here? Oh dear, there's been a car accident. Don't worry, I'll pull you out. We're in a Hummer. Can't park that there. Let's go. So you put your foot down, this just goes. Got to stop now though, because there's a car there. But be careful, the fuel light will come on in a minute again. Oof. Let's be sensible. What's the mileage on this one? This one's done 78,000. I think you'll find they'll all be low mileage because nobody can afford to run them. Love to take this off-roading. In a desert. Over here, Weston-super-Mare, go on the beach. Trouble is, if you bought this over here in the UK, I don't know what you'd really use it for, because you wouldn't use it every day for like pottering around, because that just bankrupt you. You could buy one and use it for nice events like weddings, or you could hire it out for proms, and that's what they tend to do over here, proms and weddings and anything else fancy. So I don't know who this sort of car would appeal to over here in the UK, but if you got money and you fancy one, get and treat yourself. You only live once. We're all running out of time. Get and enjoy it. Life's for living. That's why I started doing YouTube, to be honest, so I can drive so many cars and bikes. Life's about experiences. Experience as much as possible. Make some memories. Don't worry about how much money you got in the bank. Get and enjoy yourself. Honestly, you'll be at no risk of speeding, getting caught speeding. I mean, it gets you up there. Just takes a bit of time. There is a bit of play in that steering, I can't lie. Obviously, get a bit of body roll. But look, I'll go on a straight. I'll go on this next straight and I'll show you. There's a little bit of play in the steering, but I think they all do that. It's not massive amounts, but now watch. We're going straight still. I don't care. Just want to drive it. Just want to drive. So if you keep your foot halfway on the accelerator, it will struggle and it'll drop in a minute of gear. Oh no, stay in there. Stay in there. Bit of a hill now. There it goes, it drops. That's in third gear now, and it'll pull you up the hill. So it does stay in gear for quite a long time before it drops down, which is good, save a bit of fuel. But unless you put your foot down like that, oh no, didn't drop a gear. That foot's to the floor. Bloody old Range Rover in the way. Definitely a loud car. Engine and rattling. I don't know what's rattling about there. I don't know if you hear that or not, but something's rattling. You do sit up nice and high in this, which I like. Obviously, it's quite a high vehicle, and you can just look over the hedges, looking at the deers and whatnot. Just kick back and relax. I don't know, I think it is taller than a Range Rover. I'll double check that. Looking at that one, I seem to be sat higher than that Range Rover. Just goes and goes and goes. So does the fuel. The fuel goes and goes and goes too. But overall, I do like this Hummer. Loads of space in here. Loads of little cubby holes. If I had one of these, I'll take that back seat out because it doesn't fold down or nothing, it stays there. I'll get that back seat out. I'll take that spare wood out of the boot and mount it somewhere on the back door or on the roof. And that way you've got a bit of room for your shopping then, because at the minute you're getting nothing in the back of that boot, which is a bit weird. This is a massive truck and you're going to get nothing in the back of the boot for your shopping. A bit weird if you ask me. But anyway, it is what it is. This is a busy old road. Thank you, lorry driver. Can't beat a lorry driver. Let's go. Second, third. Got to whip it. Fourth. That's 60. So there's no worries getting a speeding ticket. The only thing you got to worry about is that fuel gauge. But I'd have one. If I could afford one, I'd have one. I say about all my cars, don't I? I'll have that, I'll have that. I'll have a big garage, won't I, full of cars. But they are what they are. Nothing fancy. No luxuries. Bit of body roll. Brakes are good. Slow on accelerator. But it'll take you anywhere. So that's what you need to worry about. If you want to go somewhere, get one of these. Brakes are good on this. The brakes do stop you quite well. I know we're going downhill. And you put your foot on there and it will stop you quick. For a big vehicle over 3 ton, you can't complain at that, can you? Somebody will. You know what they're like. Bit bumpy. I think I'm on the old cat eyes. Over here we call them cat eyes. You never know how big this thing is. You try and keep to the left, but you don't want to bloody hit the branches. And you look at that mirror and you're way over this side of the line. But this isn't the best road in the world. What time is it? Hummer time! This is fantastic. This will bring you a lot of smiles per miles. Brake, stop, let lorry through. Always let your lorries through. They've got so many gears to go through on them lorries and they've got to think so far in advance. With this sort of car, I'll say that again, with this sort of truck, every time you go past a nice window, you've got to check out your reflection. This is such a cool truck, not car. Is it a truck? Whatever it is, SUV, not SUV. This is such a cool Hummer. Every time you go past a window, you've got to look at your reflection. They're just great looking vehicles. That's it, Mr. Schwarzenegger got one. That'll be black. Bennett. Oh, I've had a good time filming this one. This is the first time I've driven the left-hand drive. No problem. No problem at all. It's a bit weird to start with. I thought it's going to be a bit... Obviously, when you're always driving the right-hand side, you would just think, oh, God, everything's different, but... Like a duck to water, like I say, duck to water. Easy peasy. Bit bumpy. Good brakes. Good brakes. What are you looking at, mate? I know, a lovely looking car. Truck. Hummer. Lovely, isn't it, mate? There we go. Takes a while to change gear. I think last week I was in that Mark V Supra. If you haven't seen it, go watch the video. That Supra, it changed gear before you even thought it changed gear. It's so quick. But this is a completely different vehicle. It's not made for speed, not made to change gear quick. Made to get you through the deserts, off-roading. Not very fast, but it'll get you there. It will take you anywhere. Quite low down, aren't they? I'm not the tallest of people, but I suppose if you're 6 foot, you wouldn't get in there still. You'd be up there like that. Well, I suppose you could lower his chair down. Well, I can't bother to touch it. I've got my heated chair on, that's all that matters. I wonder if it's a fit for a drive-through. Fancy a coffee, cup of joe. Don't know if I'll get. It's quite wide. I don't want to risk curbing the old rims. I'll park up and walk in. Don't be lazy, Kevin. Oh, and we've been monetized now, so thank you very much to all my subscribers. We've hit the monetization, so now hopefully we can start making some money and I can keep the nice cars coming. If there's a particular car or bike, it was a bit cold for bike, but if there's something you like, comment below and I'll do my best to get it on the channel. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next Friday, 6 o'clock. Don't be late. So, drive safe, that's what I meant to say. Drive safe. Let's go. Oh, my ass is on fire.